treat will be 5,000 silvers. Just imagine. See, that's what you have to do, is live to the future. Think about the future as you're growing your business, whether you're doing it intentionally or not. There's going to be 5,000. Wow. And how many golds are there going to be? There's going to be probably 600 to 700 golds at the gold retreat, at least. So you'll be part of that. Or by then you'll be platinum, I hope. Okay? Well, I didn't come here to talk about that, but I just wanted to say hi. All right? Okay, this is my Facebook page. If you want to find me on Facebook page, if you want to know more chemistry, just search for Woolley, PhD, Exploring Essential Oils. There's more chemistry on there than I'm going to talk about today. Don't be disappointed, right? There's no way to disappoint you. Go on there if you want to learn a lot. Come here if you want to learn the basics. I'm going to teach you what I think you can duplicate. That's the real reason why I like to talk to you, is I want you to be able to duplicate what I give you. So you're going to learn 3 words. Can anybody learn 3 words? No, that's easy. Okay, we're going to do that today. Okay, so first of all, I worked for Young Living for 6 years. I've been gone for about a year, and I love doing the research under Gary, and he gave me a lot of opportunities. Right now I'm an independent researcher and a writer, and I'm an analytical chemist. That's my training. I have a PhD. I'm a third-party expert, especially on the essential oil analysis and some of the history and the sourcing of the oils. And I'm right now a brand ambassador for Young Living. And the Young Living people put me in charge, but you're paying it. Thank you very much. You're paying for it. So it's part of your reward for me being here. So what did Gary have me do in those 6 years that I was there? Wow. I made the mistake of saying one thing. Gary, my kids are old enough, they're out of the house, I can travel. And as soon as I said that, he said, oh, you know what? I want to do this farm in Oman with sacred frankincense. Can you go over there? And it'll only take a week. Gary's really good at that. It'll only take a week. I was there for a whole month, and then I came home. You can only stay there on a visitor's visa for 1 month. I came home for a week to say hi to my wife. Then I went back for a month. Then I came home for a week, and then I went back for a month. Then I went to Japan for 2 weeks, and then I went back immediately to Oman. So I was away from home for 2.5 months that time. So that was just before the very first convention in like 2010 that I was responsible for helping Gary get sacred frankincense for you. And we only had about, thank you, we only had about, I think it was like 35 or 40 kilos. A kilo is like a liter bottle. We only had that much for you at that time. But there wasn't a million of you. It was a lot easier to take care of. And first we provided 5 ml bottles, and that's why you have both 5 and 15 ml. Because at first we said, we can't put it in a 15 ml bottle, we don't have enough. So we put it in 5, and then about 2 months later, we had started to distill more, so we could distill about 80 to 100 liters a month, and so we provided it in a 15 ml bottle. That's why they're in 15 and 5 ml. Anyway, a lot of experiences. After that, Gary's building these gigantic farms, and he was doing northern lights. Oh, Cole, could you go to Taiwan? Okay, so I went to Taiwan for 4 or 5 times, and there I worked on Hong Kwai and Jade Lemon. He sent me to Japan to get yuzu, that goes in your Ningxia Red. And then Australia, and I went to many other places, Canada, Ecuador, all over the world. And I wasn't in the office very much, not at all. I wasn't doing, and when I did come home, I did a lot of research and then I'd head out again. So that's my legacy. I leave some of these products with you as my legacy. Okay, that's who I was. Okay, Now let's talk about seed to seal for a little bit. You've heard a lot about it already, but I'll review it as a third witness. And that is, Gary and Mary have done a great job in the last 22 years. Gary's commitment to providing you tangible evidence of what growing, harvesting, distilling, and storing essential oils is like. You all experienced that yesterday. You can go back now and say, you are witnesses. You've seen it happen. For instance, that juniper, those piles of juniper that you saw, and the distillation, did you know that you're the only company in the world that has that juniper, that specific juniper? The only company in the world. Nobody else distills it. And that's because Gary's vision. He said, you know, I got a lot of people in Utah. This is like it's our state tree almost, the juniper tree. There's a lot of people that want to clear their land for building houses or ranching or something like that. So we go find people that want to do that. We help them clear the land. We take the trees. We even dig up the roots, and then that provides us with the oil. Isn't that a nice way to do it? Because it would take us too long to really farm those trees if we had to plant them individually. Who knows? Maybe we have to get to that point in the future. But right now, the state has probably, maybe 25 to 50 million of those trees. I mean, they're just everywhere. And they grow from these little tiny seeds, and the birds drop them, and they grow just anywhere you don't want them. Well, anyway, you went to the Mona farm yesterday. It's mostly known for its lavender. And you probably haven't been to the Ecuador farm. And Gary grows a great variety of essential oils there. Palo Santo grows in the wild, but the oil that goes into your, I can't remember the names of these products now. It's called Plectranthus oregano. We grow there in Ecuador. It's for your rub-on. Cool Azul, thank you very much. There's a plug for Young Living product. Now, I want you to know that your research people, they know all of the products by code names. They don't know the final name for it, so they create their own names. Here's an example. Applesauce was one of your products. Okay? Here's another one. Something about fingers. Many Fingers. Many Fingers was another code name for one of your products. So as research, we know them by their code names almost forever. We can't, when marketing gives them, and Gary and Mary give them their final name, it's like, well, that's a stupid name. Except for Cool Azul. Cool Azul has been known by Cool Azul since the beginning. They decided they liked it so much, they would keep it. Cool just means the cool feeling on your skin. Azul, for those that speak Spanish, means blue. Very good. So, Cool Blue. Okay, the France farm is mainly known for the lavender. We produce a lot of lavender there. The farm in Idaho, that when you go become a gold, you'll go see that. That's mainly known for Melissa. It used to have a lot of lavender there, but Gary decided since it's a northern climate, Melissa grows better there. So that's what's growing there now mostly. Highland Flats is a tree farm. We take a lot of Christmas trees, old Christmas trees, because in America, nobody wants a live Christmas tree anymore, it seems like, but there's hundreds and hundreds of Christmas tree farms, and the trees are too tall to cut down anymore. So we provide them assistance. We clear the land. Isn't that nice? Now, we do, these trees right here are actually planted on the farm. Of course we do that too. Okay, this is the Northern Lights Farm in Canada, British Columbia. Oh, there's the Canadians over there. Okay, good. And some of them went to the open house and grand opening recently. So, it's great excitement. The Canadians are alive here. Do you know they're the number 2 market in the world?
Yeah!
Okay. Well, I mean, I catch up on things. Guess who's number 3? You got the United States and Canada. And then you think, wow, that's a lot of land. So who would be number 3? Russia or Europe? Who? Little tiny Hong Kong. Hong Kong is your #3 market in the world. That's why there's so many people clapping here. That's because there's silvers here. I bet you, some of you didn't even know that. Isn't that exciting? Okay, Croatia, Gary's most recent one that he's put together. And I'd like to show even more slides, but they weren't ready in time. I had to submit this in early September. But I did have this one of Salala, where your sacred frankincense is distilled. And they're small distillers, but we have 3 of them that run every day, 6 days a week. And they produce enough for you. And then in Taiwan, we have a small distillery. This is Dr. Lee on the left, and Tiger Lee, his son. So Taiwan is opening pretty soon. When? October! So we already have a farm there. We've had a farm there for 4 years. That's the vision of Gary Young. Okay, now let's talk about the Young Living difference. I'll definitely say Gary. Gary really had a vision here. He had a vision of what it would be. Gary's visions are interesting. He'll come to a field